So we're starting today off with a cup and the newest release on FYD. It's available right now. The Supercar Slayer FYD Auto Works. Link is in the description. Get yourself one. These are sick. Anyway, we're gonna go to Jason now. What a way to start the day. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Jason is, of course. What are you doing?
I'm watching videos, right? But
we're watching a video on the channel. Link somewhere on screen to watch that.
Who knew that beneath the dashboard of this van was an iPhone holder?
Hey, they were doing stuff before they even know they were doing stuff.
It's perfect.
It's perfection.
So rather than this feed cool or warm air to the cabin, I'm going to do that.
That's actually not a bad idea.
But that's not what
they knew. They knew what they were doing before they knew what they were doing.
Just sat here contemplating my list.
I was going to say the list has got quite big, considering there's no dash in it anymore.
What we did was.
so what happened is things happened.
So we're meant to be racing this at August 4th Feb. We didn't get that.
No,
well, we did. We had a great weekend.
Oh, yeah.
But we took our diesel van round, and we had the best weekend. But it wasn't this van, which we built for circuit racing.
So yeah, as you'll see from the Ford Fair content, this van wasn't there, which is a shame, but we still had fun, didn't we? We still had fun in the Series 1 RS Turbo, as you guys may have seen. We've had fun in the diesel van. That did a very good job of catching up many things.
Talk to me all about circuit racing.
Yeah.
And so did Chris. So the follow-on is, you get our experienced tamed racing driver Jimmy, and you send George out with Jimmy. George then gets in with Chris in my van and shouts at Chris to go faster. I then get in my van with Chris, who's been shouted at by George, who's been shouted at by Jimmy, to go really fast on my first go. And I was shaking when I got out of a 100 horsepower van.
Good effort.
The middle pedal wasn't required.
Yeah, no braking.
It should. If you'd have seen it going around Silverstone a couple of Sundays ago, it was out handling. Well, maybe stupid, but we were going inside and outside big powered stuff and then losing on the straights. But what a weekend. Taught me a lot. And then what happened a couple of days later is I went and retrieved this to get some stuff done.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to run through exactly what's happening with the van. Of course, you guys haven't seen a lot of it. I haven't seen a lot of it. Jason's seen a bit of it. Just a solid flex there.
Mate, I can't get out. Could you take this?
I'll take this from you.
I'm actually a little bit too old to get out.
We've got a gentleman's tea here and a black coffee. Shout out to everyone that knows black coffees. I must admit, I'm about the black coffee. But we're going to run through exactly what's happened with the van because a lot of things have changed. We haven't really updated you guys because it's been sat to one side.
I don't wear sketches anymore.
Let's go with the sliders. Now, I did damage my foot yesterday, so I am, of course, not in sliders and socks. Unfortunately for you guys, I am not wearing those today because my foot hurts, so we've got big shoes, comfy shoes on today. Not about shoes, this channel though, mate.
No, so, you've just did the wheels. Right, okay, so what happened is the Series 1, in my eyes, I've run its course, we've modified this, roof racks, wheels, blah, blah, blah. It's now just a car to be a car. So, we had a set of wheels in stock that we couldn't fit on your car.
No, they didn't fit my car. Watch that video on the channel. I could nearly set fire to it.
So, what did we do? The Escort came and I was like, you know what? They look sick on the van. And they
really? They make it, don't they? I think the fronts definitely fit. The back's a little bit hit and miss, but I mean, they look good.
The thing is on the back, we have got a spacer installed because we haven't sorted our hubs out for braking. So the wheels will come back in. But for testing, I'm quite happy.
Yeah.
Let's go indoors.
Let's go indoors.
So in here, we have removed the genuine OE, OG, whatever you want to call it, wiring loom. It's gone. So it was kind of helped on its way. So we finished off the job. So the original OG fuse box, which was under there, is now gone. As is all of the wiring loom for the van. Other than follow me.
This way.
So what we're going to do is the loom is split into 3 parts on a Ford Escort of this era, and we've retained this plug, and this plug controls everything at the back of the van. Lighting circuits, indicators, heated rear windows if it had it, locks, that kind of thing. So this is great. Plug straight into. Right. So we're gonna renew the loom for the front of the vehicle.
Okay.
So at the moment, what's happened? Oh, look at that! Good. We have an ME221 ECU that came with a Zetec turbo, which doesn't exist, but they obviously know people do it. Wiring loom, which plugged into our Fiesta EFI manifold. Okay, Frankenstein's birth child, because it basically doesn't exist as a car, but we're making it work. So Fiesta 90 spec EFI turbo crossover, Fiesta RS turbo or XR2i 8 valve inlet plenum. Yes, I know there are better available. This is what we had. Coupled to it is a standard idle speed control valve. Coupled to it is a standard temperature sensor. Now the good news is this loom picks up.
Someone's having the horn outside apparently.
Is that an alarm?
That is an alarm going off. Whose alarm is that?
It's finished.
It stopped.
So
Carry on.
coupled to that is our standard air sensors, temperature sensors, our Ford coil pack from a Zetec of the era. We have a cam sensor, we have a flywheel sensor. Basically, a 2-litre Zetec engine with some 8 valve inlets, an 8 valve crossover, a Series 2 RS Turbo style turbocharger, so a T3 Air Research Turbo, this is a stage 3, and a stupid air filter. So the stupid air filter is so that we can hear it chirping beneath this great big space and cavernous room. So that here, that is the tarmac. So we're going to hear it's going to get very dirty, we're going to make a shield, but it's Frankenstein's monster. They didn't make a turbocharged engine other than a diesel in this variety of Ford Escort. So we have got an AirTech intercooler from probably a Series 2, can't really remember, and a radiator from a Series 1. We've got rid of the crash bar, don't need that.
Yeah, race car.
That's been deleted. So, and some bracketry has been made up to, not finished, but it's in there. This is like mock stage, and it's holding it all in. So we have an intercooler, a radiator, and room for a Kenlo fan. Lovely old job. I'm sure other people have done it different ways. There's probably an easier route, but we chose the difficult route.
That's fine.
It's now done. So we have a wiring loom. We have fuel with this very pretty hose that's been coupled to a Fiesta EFI fuel rail, and we have some light blue injectors to couple it. So they're good for 300 horsepower. So we have fuel rail, injection system, fuel pressure regulator, breather system. Thank you for AirTech for supplying this to us at a very nice rate because it's a show car. Thank you very much. So we have a breather. We have Frankenstein's boost setup. Being that the intercooler is way over here, a standard RS Turbo one or a Fiesta Turbo one didn't reach. We've made it reach. A standard inlet for the RS Turbo Series 2, that works. So as you can see, there's lots and lots of parts from lots and lots of Fords that happen to be hanging around in my shed, your shed, other people's sheds.
Just sheds on sheds.
Some garages, some eBay finds and some Facebook finds. Hopefully, all of this stuff that didn't really cost that much will make 280 horsepower.
Perfect.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Look at it. Looks
Let's
good.
go indoors.
Let's go this
where we'll
way.
see some other changes. So, the back end of that wiring loom is now here. While we're in this stripped out position,
We can see everything.
we have a switch bank which will be controlling our ignition system, our starter motor recall, our fuel pump, and our auxiliary fan for the engine will all be set up from here. Okay, and that is wired to the ECU, to some relays, and then this is what's going to be output to fuel pumps, output to tachos, rev counters. So we're at that stage. So when people keep saying, how close are you? We're this close.
With that.
So with the dashboard out, we managed to remove all of the loom, which will be getting replenished with the items we need, fan blower, the basics. When that all goes back in, there will be this with a nice aluminium panel, like a rally car panel, with a display, access to the ECU parallel port. Simple, but effective. Right. Braking system.
This, by the way, this is a lot of updates we're just going through right now, and there's so much to update you guys on.
Hydro for the back end, okay? Angled in such a way that it's comfortable from that position. If we do some
auto testing,
if it became that kind of vehicle, we needed to be able to control the rear brakes. Now, rear brakes aren't finished, they're not even on. So the brake lines are there, ready to go to either a new set of drums or a set of discs. That is next job on the list. Before we carry on with any wiring, I need the braking system to be operational. Okay, so hydro at the back. As you can see, the fuel system is next to talk about. Now, the fuel system is in. Ooh, look at this! Ooh.
There we are, look at that, right in there.
So we've got Bosch 044 fuel pump as used in an RS Turbo. This is the uprated version which you will find in a sort of Cosworth, so it is flowing a lot. There is an external swirl pot you'll see there. The fuel tank is a 40 litre race cell aluminium. It's bushed on some silicone and some rubber bushes from the floor to give it some stability and to not resonate through the vehicle as much as it's going to. Fuel pump, it's going to buzz, it's going to whine.
Yeah.
I kind of like the theatre of racing.
I like the idea of that. I'm going to say that now, sorry for butting in.
That is the way it is. A small little inline filter there, which will change probably quite often. But yeah, those fuel lines are in and ready to go. We've tested the power to the pump, we know that's all good. We're winning. So we have a fuel system, we have a hydro handbrake, braking system at the front, we have ST170 brake calipers and ST170 discs, which are fitted to the original Ford Escort hub. They are worked, shimmed, done, and fit under these 16-inch wheels.
Perfect.
Done. We're going to, as discovered at Silverstone this weekend, they ain't going to be no good. But they'll stop it on the road, but I don't think they're going to be any good on a race circuit. But budgets, this was a budget build from the off. We're going to see how we go with those. We've bought them, we've got them. We bought a whole ST170 just for the brakes.
For the brakes.
And broke it up, threw the rest of it away. So yeah, that's where a few of the components have come from. That really, being said, is what's left to do. So the dashboard is away being flocked because we don't want any glare. That's been done across the road. When the dashboard is back, I hope to have my head around my next steps for wiring loom and my next steps for braking system. So I think what we're going to do is we as men here, the electronics are a little bit away from where I'm comfortable with, making it fireproof, fire hazard proof. Brakes next, bolt-on components. We're going to mess around with the back, get the wheels stripped off, get some calipers, get some discs here. We've got it all here. Marry it up, see what we need. If we need to get some brackets made up, bracketry to make discs work on the back, I think it would be better to have discs, especially with the hydro as well. That's kind of next on the list, rear braking system. Once it's got brakes, it's got fuel, it's got water and oil, and it's full of all those good bits, then we know when we come to wire it up, the excitement of it going, we can go out. Because what is worse than it running, it stood still because we haven't done the rear brakes.
So needs that.
That is the criteria now is rear brakes to be sorted. Then we're going to do the dashboard and the wiring loom. Then we're going to oil and fuel it. Then we go for it.
Mad updates.
Who wants to know how much we spent?
Ooh, do you know? I think we will wait for another video on that because costs of actually building something like this, the time spent, the pay, trying to. Yeah. So what do you reckon?
I'll tell you a rundown of that engine and what the van cost me, and you can make the rest up. So let's just say, for example, the van was £100.
£100.
But it was rusty.
Rusty.
It's no longer rusty.
No.
So Martin from MJG restored the floor, welded it and fitted that cage. Then we've got an engine, a new turbo, and a gripper diff, fully rebuilt IB5 gearbox. Okay, so there's some components.
Some money in there, yeah.
To move around in your brain. It's a lot. So we're expecting it to do good things when it's finished. There will be some changes made to the back end after doing some circuit racing. I don't think leaf springs are gonna. I think they're gonna float a little bit. We might have to do some adjustments on the back.
Movement.
But certainly for the road, it'll be a laugh. But there are some things we want to sort out going forward. But here it is. Everyone's been bugging me for an update. We've been too busy with the RS Turbo, busy studio, prepping for days out. This summer has been mental. Now that's all behind me, I can fully concentrate on this thing.
Nice job.
Get back in the evenings. I cannot wait to go off the road now. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I'm so looking forward to it because it's going to take the pressure off of using the RS Turbo for me because I still love a stupid front wheel drive turbo Ford animal.
Just
and
funny, isn't it?
if it delivers what I get out of my RS Turbo, I will that'll be able to sit.
Lovely, wouldn't it?
And if this gets a stone chip, I'm going to laugh. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Even if you hit the bush, it doesn't matter.
So, leave a comment below on how much you think it's gone into this, because we will do a general overview. I think maybe when it started, maybe when it's driving, maybe something like that. Just a bit in there.
When we've got the rear brakes assembled, or when we're doing the rear brakes, so get from video that, I would love anyone to chuck you or me a quick DM on what you've done. So if you've got a Mark 5 or 6 Escort of this era van and you've disconverted it, shout me how you did it, what brackets you ordered, or if you made them yourself. Any hints and tips? I don't know. I'm far from know. I'm a Mark 3, Mark 4 man. This is a little slightly bit alien. So it's been a struggle to get to this point. Bearing in mind, we didn't just hook this engine out of a different car. Every single component has been purchased separately. And I'm not joking. All we had was a block and an idea in your first video.
Yeah. Think about that. So, if you, again, leave a comment below if you have some sort of idea how much has been sent. It's not about the money, it's about, you know, what you get out at the end of it, don't get me wrong. But thank you for the update, mate. I think that was a very informative update of what's going on, and you're so close, which is the best thing. You're so close to this being alive and running and driving.
By Christmas Day, I'm going out delivering my family's presents.
doing a full send in it.
I'm going to put a Santa on the roof.
Yeah. I was going to say Christmas tree, do Christmas tree on it. And a big burn out of the front, maybe not them.
Raw mail, busy around Christmas. I'm going to help him out. It's an old raw mail van.
Help him out. Get some stuff in the back. You know.
I want it to be working on Christmas. Just because if we don't set a goal, we won't reach it.
No, I agree.
And we aren't that far away.
No. Right, so thank you so much for watching. Thank you for Jason to you know, give us some insight as to what's going on with the van, because a lot of people do want to know. It's a labour of love, this, and you're not dumping money into it constantly, and there's always going to be something.
With me and the car and Chris, we're just talking that although we put a lot of money into it, we've not forgotten about it, but it doesn't bother us anymore because it's been so long. 4 years is a long time to be doing this kind of thing.
But once it's done, mate, it's going to be one of a kind. It's going to be mental, this thing.
Yeah,
absolutely mental.
And we're not going to be chasing rust.
No, which is
nice. We did the tough stuff first. Martin did. We're not going to be welding up every Christmas. No. It's going to be like, once it hits the road,
should be ready
just look after it. Yeah.
It's going to be good. I can't wait to see it. Again, we will update you guys once more stuff is happening with the van. But again, thank you, Jason, for... Oh, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to edit this bit out. I'm going to put at the front that bit in a minute. Yeah. So, thank you so much for watching, guys. Again, we'll update you guys when stuff happens. But thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.